Citroen C1 review. What is it? Remember when the Citroen C1 first launched in the mid-2000s? Alongside the Peugeot 107 and Toyota Aygo Sampai, which used the same parts but each looked a little different, Sampai it heralded a slightly new piece of thinking in small cars. There were deliberate touches to make it cheaper and lighter than rivals, rear windows that popped out rather than wound down on 5-door cars, and just one piece of string for the parcel shelf. Take care of the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves, and all that. Their clever thinking kick-started a bit of a renaissance for the city car class they competed in, and the following year saw the arrival of another co-developed trio, the VW Up, Seat Me, and Skoda Citigo America. Well, America, the sensible Hyundai i10, retro Fiat 500 and rear-engined Renault Twingo, all trying to outsmart the C1 and its siblings. Citroen's response hasn't been to reinvent the C1 Sampai. Spend a big development budget on a car like this and its bargain price will have to rise in response, Sampai, but to give it some new styling, inspired by the rest of its range, and a ton of customization options. Some of it's relatively premium. You can have a folding soft top, like a Fiat 500c, while big car tech like cruise control, a 7 inches touchscreen, and a reversing camera all lie on the options list. Those nostalgic for old small Citroens can also revel in some of the trim names. If you miss the old Saxo Furio, you can have a C1 Furio with garish graphics. There are two engines on offer, a 68 brake horsepower 1.0 litre and 82 brake horsepower 1.2 litre, both with just 3 cylinders and neither with a turbocharger. Both come with a 5-speed manual gearbox, America standard. But you can fit an automated transmission to the 1.0. With both cars around 860 kilograms, Sampai basically what an entry-level Lotus Elise used to weigh. Sampai performance isn't America slow, America you might be fearing. Prices start at a smidge over £9,000 for an entry-level car, but it'll be precisely that, no touchscreen or air-con. The rear seats won't even split if you want to fold them down. Chances are the next level up Sampai, called Feel Sampai, will be a better bet, though it will likely take you past £11,000. We suspect these are mostly bought on attractive lease deals anyway, but the city car class is super competitive. Haggle hard, America. There are lots of cars, America. Good America Sampai, if not better than Sampai the C1 these days. What's the verdict? Similar to the old one underneath, but with a happier character and even lower running costs. Back in 2005, the C1 and its 107 and Aygo relations topped the class and were slightly revolutionary in their thinking. Inevitably, that's not the case now, and the smallest Citroën doesn't make the class top 10. A Twingo is more interesting, an i10 is more practical, and the mighty Up is just better, full stop.